Hey, Jeff Moody here, Jeff Moody MD, jeffmoodymd.com, jeffmoody.com, on Facebook at Jeff Moody MD, as well as LinkedIn, Jeff Moody MD. The Doctor's Burnout, A Physician's Guide to Recovery is my new book, but none of that matters because today we're going to talk about how to get your healthcare system or your boss to interact with you and maybe help you out with some of the things that are priorities for you. All right, so this is a multi-step process, and we want to make sure that you understand in these burnout breakthrough tips for you today that number one, you want to decide what's most important for you first. That's your priority, or that's your position. That's not necessarily what you're going to talk about first, but that's what your priority is. Second thing is you want to do your homework. So whatever you're curious about or what you want to change or improve your situation is, let's say you want to be paid for call. Let's look and see what the going rate for call pay is around your area for your specialty or nationwide. There are national surveys of call pay. The next thing you want to do is, as you go and to interact with your system or with your boss, you want to ask them how things are in their world, because from a negotiation standpoint or from a getting what you want standpoint, you want to make sure that they're getting what they want first. So ask them how they're doing, how things are going. If you had joint projects that you were working on, you can point out the successes of those, and then you can ask them what things are problematic in their world and ways that you can help. So you're going to start to build that rapport and that dialogue about something unrelated necessarily to what you want, or what you want to change. Then you can segue into a discussion about, let's say, for example, let's say it's being paid for being on call. You could say, wow, we've really had quite a burden recently for the last, 1 to 3 years or however long it's been going on, where the call burden has been increasing. You're doing 2 or 3 cases a night. You're admitting 5 or 10 patients. It's become significantly onerous, and that's something outside of the normal day-to-day work. If you look at the general pay for call across the United States for my specialty, it's X dollars per day. Now, we don't necessarily think we need to be paid anywhere near that. We're not in a big city, or we don't have special circumstances, however you want to couch that. But you may want to say we at least want to be at someplace in the median of maybe being paid for call going forward. If they say no, then clearly, that's a negotiating position, and that's one of their options, and they may tell you there are budgetary issues and things. And then my response would be, well, what are some of the ways that this can be possible? Because we feel like we're really putting in the work and the hours, and there needs to be some sort of compensation. Maybe there could be time off during the week, but still being paid the same salary. Maybe there could be RVU bonuses for call if there can't be actual dollars paid up front per hour, those types of things. So there are many ways to kind of get to what you want. So again, decide what you want, do your homework, approach from a position of questioning and service, ask them how they're doing, what you can do to help them. Then finally, in that maybe fourth step, that's where you're going to start to talk about what you want, but couch it in a way where you have external information, and it's something that's, you're not asking personally for yourself, but it's more of a global we that you're asking about, and in the spirit of fairness. Depending on how things progress with that, then you may have to come to some of the more final tactics where you may have to consider dropping your privileges or finding other employment, those types of things, which they will never want that for something as really inconsequential as being paid for call. But that's a calculation on their end as well. And again, you don't necessarily want to push all the buttons or go all the way to the final step right up front, but it's that is kind of the ladder of negotiation. But I think you always, if you come at it from a place of informed position for you, and you know where you'd like to go, then you can get there much more easily. So that's a burnout breakthrough tip for you. Okay, remember, join our Facebook group, hook up with us on LinkedIn. We'll see you in our live streams and subscribe to those. Pick up my book, The Doctor's Burnout, A Physician's Guide to Recovery, at Amazon, and the audiobook will be coming out as well. So get the help you need to recover from burnout, because remember, burnout recovery is for you.